Okay, session has begun. So guys, welcome to another weekly Zoom session. Um, as you all know, that we analyze on Sundays. I want to first apologize about last week, Sunday or Monday, when I delayed the session. Um, Plans came up last minute, and yeah. So first things first, guys, I just want to say that, guys, it's important to watch all the Zoom sessions. You cannot be trading if you don't, like, you can't write a test with only studying. You can't write a test if you study one section. You need to go through all the sections. Same for this, guys. Like, people ask me questions that I covered in the Zoom sessions, like how to set stop loss, how to take profits, how to draw trend lines. Like, I'd made like 3 videos on those. So now, to save time and everything, the upcoming Zoom sessions are just going to be straight analyzing, and at the end we're going to have interaction, like where we speak and everything. That would be like in the last 5 minutes, right? So as I said, guys, it's important to watch all the Zoom sessions. From Zoom session, I'm sure you guys noticed that I actually number them: Zoom session 01, 02, all the way. I think this is Zoom session 10 or 9. So yeah, just wanted to say that psychology is covered in all the other Zoom sessions, how to draw trend lines, everything, guys, every single thing. So you need to go back. The videos are only 300 megabytes. It's an investment. It's an investment in knowledge. So yeah, let's get into this. Right, Nasdaq, guys. Right now, what I want to do is I just want to analyze, right, and then I'm going to explain to you guys what I'm anticipating. But as it's like the same as every week, draw a trend line on the daily, right, and our obvious peaks and our obvious lows, right? So there you go. We have our trend line in. We have our channel. You can see that Nasdaq is actually moving in this channel here, right? It's pretty obvious. So now we're expecting it to come down here to the trend line for fit 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, for fit touch before it goes up. This drop here is because of the third touch. You can see first touch, second touch, third touch dropped, which I actually did anticipate like weeks ago. So let me just delete this. Okay, I'm not going to draw unnecessarily because it takes time to delete. Okay, cool. Moving to H4. Okay, before we go to H4, you can actually see that we have obvious lows over here, right? So this is like, okay, let me just explain. Let me just go to H4. So guys, after daily time frame, you always want to zoom out. I'll zoom out usually about 5-6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 5 times. The reason why we zoom out is so we can see the past, right? So we can see past levels, previous supports, previous lows, stuff like that, guys. So we want to zoom out, right? And we connect our trend line on the lows, 1, 2, 3. So we can pretty much, so we already know that this breakout, that this strong sell here is because Nasdaq broke out this upward trend line. Instead of respecting, it actually broke, retested on a smaller time frame. Sorry, broke, closed below, retested on a smaller time frame. You see this wick over here is a retest on a smaller time frame, right? So this is our breakout point. Breakout points, right? So usually after a breakout, guys, when there's a breakout of a trend line, that's a sign that the trend has come to an end. So these buyers over here have pretty much come to an end. Now we can anticipate sells to this trend line over here, right? So guys, every pullback is a carry. No, before I go there, as I said, that a breakout is an indication that the market is most likely to reverse. So the trend is about to change, right? Let me just read. Okay, the trend is about to change, right? So you can pretty much see that after here, like, the buys have been extremely weak. You can see that the market, that Nasdaq is very bearish, right? So what's next? H4 drew on my trend line. what I want to do next, there isn't really much I can do. I can plot this low in, just to understand structure, draw in structure. But after that, there isn't really much else to do, because you can see that this low is actually broken. This low here was broken, right? So now we're going to focus on this bit of data over here. So now after H4, we always go down to H1. So remember, sorry about that. Let me just click on this so it doesn't draw. Yeah. So as I said, yeah, this is our breakout. And as I said, actually, that there was a breakout and retest. As you can see that this candle, yeah, actually, this is our breakout candle. The reason I said it was a breakout candle is because it closed below the trend line, right? And after breakouts, we anticipate a retest. Sorry about that. After, can you guys see me? Can you guys see me and hear me? Can you guys see me and hear me? Sorry about that. Let me disconnect from the Wi-Fi. Okay, probably, yeah, okay, okay, sorry about that, guys. My internet is weird. It's slow, so it says on my side connection, whatever, yeah. But anyways, where was I? As I said, this is our breakout candle close below, right? After breakout, guys, I'm not gonna say always, but 90% of the time, we want to anticipate, we want to wait for the retest, right? So in order to capitalize off of breakouts, we need to wait for the retest. So as you can see right here, here's our retest. The price retested the trend line candlestick, right, and closed below the trend line. So that would have been an entry to go. Sorry, wrong one. To go short. Right, let's just say about there. Stop loss would have been just above the candle. You can see that you would have made decent money. This is would have made at least like 1,000. Your AI dropped big time. Big time. This is like on 0.01, without even calculating everything. It's probably like 3K or something. Just on a calculator time. Okay, guys, so enough about the post. Let's look at what's happening now, right? So like I said, we always draw our trend lines. We always want to look to draw trend lines. We always want to look to draw trend lines on our lows and on our highs. So where are our lows here? Here's our lows. Here are our lows. 1, 2, 3, and our highs. That's a high at 1, 2, and this is a high 2. Right, to prove to you that these are lows and highs, I'm gonna plot in my trend line. Right. Okay, let me actually delete this. Hey. There you go. Can you guys hear me? Could you guys hear me the whole time, or chat? Yeah, okay, proper. Yes, we can. Okay, proper. Right. So as I was saying, guys, that we wanna connect our trend. Each time frame, before we go, okay, after going down, right, the time frame, we always want to look for lows and highs, right, to connect our trend line, right? Because remember, guys, we enter the trade strictly off the trend line, right? So these circles here, I was actually showing you guys like the lows and the highs, right? So now let's connect the trend line, right? So you can see here, start the trend line there. So first touch, second touch, third touch, right? That's three touches. Third touch would have been the entry point, right? So as you can see, straight after the third touch, straight after the price touch, straight after the market touching the trend line for the third time, you can see that it pretty much dropped, right? So after a drop, we always want to wait for the retracements, right? Remember, guys, after every drop, after every move, guys, there's going to be that retracement, right? The reason why the market is going to retrace is so it's going to reach. So the reason why the market retraces is so it can give us another entry point, you know. So as you can see, dropped, started retracing to what? To the trend line, right? So you can see that right now Nasdaq is sitting on the trend line, right, and closed pretty bearish. This is sign of bearish. This is a sign that we can expect bearish movement in the market, right? So Nasdaq is actually valid for sells, right? We have two confluences, meaning we have two reasons to sell. First of all, it's a fourth touch of the trend line. We actually have three. First of all, the upward trend, the uptrend is over, right? We got a breakout and retest of the major trend line. Second reason is that we got a fourth touch on the downward trend line, and third reason is that we got a reversal candlestick, right? Got a reversal candlestick, and momentum has actually slowed down. You can see that this bullish rally has actually come to an end, and this is the point of reversal. This is where NAS is actually going to turn and drop down to this low over here, right? Let me just draw it. Let me just put it in so you guys can remember, to 14,572, right? So Nasdaq is actually valid for sales until this level over here. No, we lost you for 2 minutes. Ish, I'm sorry guys, but I hope you heard what I just said now, right? So yeah, that's Nasdaq, right? Well, Nasdaq actually took long, but your Nasdaq is valid for sales. I wanna actually enter this trade around 102, right? Do not enter the markets. Don't not enter trades as the market opens, guys. Don't do that because spread is too high. A lot of manipulation. The brokers want to trick all the beginner traders, and then so just wait until 1 2. I'm gonna send it out in the group. So yeah, sometimes it might even be 3 4. It depends on the market conditions. All right, so that's Nasdaq. And in fact, all these indices are looking to sell, right? That's Nasdaq. Let me do German dirty now. So did you guys understand Nasdaq? Did you guys understand the NAS analysis? I'm gonna try to pick up the pace now before this connection plays games. Did you guys understand the NAS setup? So it's just the trend line, guys. No indicators, strictly trend line, proper. I'd shut out. Let's go to German dirty. I'm gonna try to pick up the pace because I don't want this connection to play games again, right? So German dirty daily time frame, right? First things first, we wanna connect our trend line on our lows, right? So you can pretty much see that it's pretty choppy. See, now this is the thing with German dirty. German dirty likes to move zones, right? So you can pretty much see that we actually have a major zone of support over here. Strong zone of support, right? You can see that every time the market reached this zone over here, it reversed, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So this is a pretty strong zone, right? So we have our zone in. We can't really draw a trend line on the daily time frame because it's current market price is extremely far. So just for the current market price is far from our trend line. So for the sake of keeping our charts clean, we want to delete that trend line, go down to H4. German 40. Oh snap! Wait. Let me just check here. Let me just check here on my watch list. Sorry. No, but I think they changed. German. I swear they changed German 30 to German 40, but oh nah, I'm the one who's in the wrong. Sorry guys. Hey. Sorry about that. Wait, let me just double check. Okay, we're gonna save this one for last, right? Let's go to US30, right? So as I said, guys, these indices are actually gonna fall this week. You'll see my analysis on US30 as well, right? So as everyone knows, starting with daily, right? And as I always say, we want to connect our trend line on our lows, right? But you can see that it's pretty choppy, there's nothing like solid. So again, we try draw in a zone of, there we go, have a zone of support, right? So this zone over here, you can pretty much see that every time the market came to this zone, it reversed, draw it in nicely, reversed, right? So we can actually see that right now USD is pretty bullish, right? But if we go down to H4 and then zoom out, we can see that we have lower highs, right? So we can connect our trend line, first touch, second touch, right? So there we go, there's our trend line for H4. But as you can see, current market price is still pretty far from this downward trend line, right? So what we want to do is we want to go down to H1, right? You can see this nice double bottom pattern over here, right? We want to go down. You can actually see that the H4 candlestick is working like very, very, very strong, like big time, right? I'm gonna go to H1 and show you guys why that is so. Zoom out again, as I said, right, guys? So remember, as I said, guys, you always want to connect your trend line each and every single time frame we go down to, from daily to H4 to H1, always connecting your trend line on your lows and your highs, right? So here you can run, there we go. But let me just zoom it in so you guys can see properly, right? So I'm just going to delete this one just to keep our chart clean, right? Because current market price is still far from that trend line over there, right? Obviously, this is just an alert. Don't mind, this is an alert for when the market eventually gets to this level over here. Like when it breaks out, then we get a double top pattern. So do not mind that orange line, right? And let's focus on a setup that we have right now, right? So remember, guys, I'm heavy. I'll always preach trade what you see and not what you think, right? So as you can see, we have first touch, second touch, third touch, right? The reason why the market dropped big time, the reason why the market dropped so impulsively is because of the third touch of the trend line, right? Let me just zoom in. So third touch, right? So what do see momentum slowed down? So you can, momentum slowed down, got a reversal candlestick, USD melted, right? And as I said, guys, after a drop, after a drop, we always wait for the retracement, right? And the retracements usually creates an entry point, right? So as you can see, boom, here's our entry point. Guys, you can see that US30 is actually respecting this downward trend line. Same analysis as NAS. So I am anticipating sells too on US30, right? Down to this zone, right? Down to this zone. And I'm going to give a tip on US30, guys. US30, the big movements on US30 happen after US30 likes triple patterns, So what I mean by that is triple tops, triple bottoms, right? So as you can see, we have a double bottom right now, first bottom, second bottom, right? So obviously the market, let me not say obviously, but we're expecting the market to drop down to create that third bottom and then shoot up, all the way up, right? Go analyze US30, you'll see what I'm talking about. US30, once you see a triple bottom or triple top, just know that it's gonna go up big time. But for now, we're trading what we see and not what we think. We see sells on US30. Reason being is because downward trend line is respected. Fourth touch, reversal candlestick, momentum has slowed down, and we're seeing a sign of reversal. So US30 and Nasdaq, same analysis, right? Let me go to gold. Gold now is a bit tricky. Right. But before I go on, did you guys? Yeah, bro. Yeah, guys. German 30 upgraded to German 40. Oh snap. Okay, but did you guys understand the US30 setup? Or do you guys understand? All good? Or just wanna make sure before I go on. Let me actually take a online session, no the vibes, online session. Okay, let's go. Gold is next. Gold is a bit tricky, right? This one is gonna need patience, right? So just to save time, I'm not gonna draw in all this. This is daily time frame, right? So you can see that over here we had a double bottom pattern, right? Eventually got our third bottom, which is a triple bottom, right? And ever since then, gold shot all the way up. As you can see that I drew in this zone over here, and as you can see, first top, second top, third top, guys. Trust me, these triple patterns are, yeah, they're too much. Next Zoom session, I'm actually gonna focus on them. Let me actually write that down in my notes, because I preach trend lines all the time. It's time now, triple next session. It's time now. I give you guys more knowledge on these price action patterns, triple bottoms, triple tops, hidden shoulders, all that. But that's for the next session. That is for the next session. Yeah, start on the big time frame before you go down to the lower time frame. So as you can see, drew in this zone over here. As you can see, first bottom, second bottom, triple. Why? You see yeah. As you can see, the third bottom was crazy. Let's see. This is daily. You can see so much movement on daily, right? Let's go down to H4, right? Let me just delete all of this because this is actually what I want to talk about. Right, cool. So we would have drawn in these zones and everything, right? So now when it's time to put in our trend lines, right? You all know we look at our highs and our lows, right? So you can see we would have started our trend line from here, try to get nice clean touches. I'm more in favor with this. Looks more proper, right? More in favor with that, right? And the same for our downward trend line on our lower highs, right? 1, 2, 3, possibly number 4. Let me just draw this in. 1, 2, 3, right? So this is our third touch, right? Gold, yeah, H4, right? So you can see we have our first touch. No, my bad. Fourth touch. You can see first touch, second touch, right? Third touch, guys. Always say this third touch is the most powerful touch. 3 touches make the trend line valid. That's why the third touch is so impulsive, right? Dropped, right? Retraced, back to create another entry point. Fourth touch would have entered cells, dropped down, right? So now you can see that gold is on first touch, second, third, fourth, fifth touch, right? You can see that the 4-hour candlestick touched the trend line and closed below it, but we're still seeing bullish movement, right? So this one is a bit tricky, right? Because you can see, like, it's pretty obvious. This is not the same as this. What I mean by that is, first of all, the H4, the past 3-4 hour candlesticks are still very bullish. Just because it touched the trend line, right? But that doesn't mean it's gonna drop immediately. Now we need to wait to see some sort of bearish candlestick. Like here, first touch, second touch, third touch. See bearish candlestick on the 1 hour time frame. I'm sure we got a doji or bearish engulfing or whatever. But you see here H4. I mean this fourth touch. We've also got a nice bearish candlestick, right? Now we didn't get a bearish candlestick. It's still pretty bullish, right? So we don't want to enter this yet. Move on to H1. You see H1, it's wicking a lot. Here's our first bearish candlestick, but it's not a reversal candlestick. You wanna, just because you see a red candlestick doesn't mean that it's confirmation. You need to wait for those candlestick types, the different types of candlesticks, doji, spinning top, reversal, spinning top, dragon, all that stuff. So yeah, you can see that gold is still trying to push up, right? You can actually draw in a zone. Let me just try see to be here. Yeah, zone is here. So we have something like this, right? So So as you can see, previous support broke, became resistance. You can see gold resisted off here once and twice. We're not going to count this because it didn't drop after touching here. So once, first and second, right? So now we're anticipating the third touch of this zone of resistance before gold drops, right? This one here is a bit tricky, right? But if you just know how to read candlesticks and the charts, guys, you'll understand that candlestick Bible that I sent explains this properly, especially this on H4, because this will take like another hour to speak about. But guys, basically, we don't want to enter yet, right? I know that I have friends, some mentors are actually in sales right now in gold. You know, I've been watching this the whole of last week, but I didn't enter because I haven't gotten my proper confirmation. Yes, it's touched the trend line, but there's no bearish, there's no signs of bearish movements. It's gonna kick in the market. Gold, I have it like that. Even if we break, we wait for that resistance to retest. Correct. So yeah, this is a tight one because we have resistance and the trend line, right? So this is a very tight one. You just need to be patient, guys, on this one, right? So even if gold doesn't respect this zone, if gold doesn't respect our zone or our trend line, then it's simple. Close above, then we just wait for the retest, and then we can go for buys, right? But being honest, I honestly do think that gold is going to go up. Reason being is because we actually have an inverse head and shoulders. It's pretty choppy. Let me just draw it in. You can see left shoulder. Here's our head. And here's our right shoulder. I hope you guys can see that. Do you guys see that? So you can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? So this is just a very tight setup, very tight setup. I'm looking at the chats. Do you guys understand? Are you guys on track? You know, so this is gold. But this setup is going to pay a lot. Whether we respect or break, it's going to pay a lot because you can see that we're in an area of value. You can see that the market has been pretty much moving sideways. It hasn't been impulsive in a while. The last time gold was impulsive is over here. So yeah. Yes, understand. Right. You want me to do USD JPY? I did USD JPY. I only did these ones. These ones I'm still waiting for the setup to play out. Right. These are actually my setups for the week. Right. Simple analysis, daily time frame. You can see I drew in my trend line, which was eventually broke out. Right. Became invalid. Right. But I just drew it in there just to understand market structure. Right. So you can see that I drew in a zone on this low over here. Let me just zoom out. Sorry. You can see this low over here, right? You have a first bottom, second bottom, right? So that's a double bottom pattern, right? Was anticipating a third bottom for a triple bottom pattern, but you can see that did not happen, right? So right now, GBPUSD, I'm just simply waiting for support to turn into resistance, right? Waiting for support to turn into resistance. Yeah, gold is always golden with profits. So that's my analysis on gold. Please GBP JPY, please USD JPY. I will do. Remember, guys, Zoom said we have a few minutes left actually, but this week is actually looking pretty good. The week after NFP is kind of slow, usually slow, but this week looks actually promising. I will be analyzing more pairs, waiting for the setups to play out. Just like, for example, Euro USD. You know, you can see that Euro USD, we did get the third touch on this trend line over here. However, it is too far. It's too far. It's too late for entry. Let me just do this properly. You can see first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch, right? But it's too late to enter now. This is the fourth touch. You can see it's too late to enter now, right? What the market is actually, what I'm waiting for the market to actually do is to finish, to complete the retracement phase, to retrace back down to the zone over here for triple bottom before it goes up. You just go down to H1 so you guys understand, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So you can see we have a double bottom, first bottom, second bottom. Let me just delete this so everything's clear. First bottom, second bottom, right? So now waiting for Euro USD to retrace down to the zone over here for triple bottom before it goes all the way up. So yeah, these setups, I'm just waiting for them, guys. Like, yo, patience is everything, you know. Patience is everything. Patience is key. US 30. I just did US 30. Remember, I skipped it after that minor confusion with German 30. I haven't looked at them. I don't look at fundamentals, so I don't know that companies were added, whatever. I just trade pure technical, guys. Pure technical. Pure technical. I have 2 minutes in the session left. I wanna interact with everyone. Now, how do I do this now? Okay, you guys can unmute yourselves.
Sweet and short.
Sure.
Shout out to the vibes. Yeah, you know the vibes. Thank you for the session. It was lit.
Thank you for the session, bro.
How do you guys find the session?
Really know
Powerful
the
session,
vibes. You really got the
powerful.
vibe.
You know the
Powerful,
vibes.
bro.
You know the vibes.
Knowledge is key, bro. Yeah, you know the vibe.
Huh?
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Anytime.
Can you open
Appreciate it.
first?
Appreciate your effort.
I'll
Yeah,
wait, shout out, guys.
you're the GOAT, man. You're the GOAT, man. You're a real G.
I'll wait.
One and only Bandile.
Are you guys ready for the week?
Lugayeni, the main man.
Are you guys ready for the week? Have you done your analysis?
Yeah, we're ready, man.